Spirits review. Today we're venturing up north to Mucklebrewing again. My son went, I think it was to a farm shop to be honest, last year and picked me up 8 bottles from Mucklebrewing. And obviously it's a new brewery, I'd never heard of it. So Mighty Beers of Northumberland. So this is called King's Crag. It's an American pale ale, 5.4% ABV, from our tiny brewery in the wild and wonderful Adrian's Wall country. And it says here, King's Crag, an outcrop of hard graced sandstone north of Adrian's Wall, an evocative place where King Arthur sleeps below the crag, which is often bathed in amber evening light. A hue captured in this clear, strong beer that has a hint of citrus and caramel, brewed with Cascade, Azaka, and a Centennial hops. So, yeah, sounds interesting, doesn't it? Let's crack on. And you know, I don't need to be like everybody who wants to drink all the hype beers, and you know, I am someone who loves supporting both local and small breweries as well, because you know they all deserve to be supported, and that's my ethos. You know, beer's good beer. So, amber pour, lovely looking amber pour, nice subtle carbonation going off, 5 mils or 6 mils of Whitehead. It might be 7 mils actually, but who cares? You know, lovely little bubble on the top of the head. Nice sweetness on the nose. Now, I would class this again as a modern traditional brewery, using the likes of a Zaka. I've seen a Zaka used in beers by Black Ice Brewery, you know, a craft brewery not too far away from me, about 2 miles. So it's interesting that these are used in what I would call modern traditional beers. So it's like a subtle tropical flavours and aroma coming off this. Very easy drinking, very nice. Oh, just hits the spot. And after a long day at work, 10.5 hours, no, 11 hours today, it's nice to be, it's nice to have a chill out. Off now till Monday, well, officially off work till Monday, although I may have some gardens to do, so I'm not 100% sure at the moment. So until I get a message tomorrow, I would presume, to tell me, unless they're going to leave it another week or two. So we'll see how that goes. Is what it is. Oh, that is lovely. And like I say, it's not trying to be a craft beer, but the modern traditional for me are breweries that are using newer hops and trying and pushing the boundaries, but still in a traditional way rather than a full-on craft beer way. That may upset some people, and it's a craft beer in a bottle. But yeah, I mean, it's just my viewpoint, so I may well be wrong. So you know, I've been wrong before. Yep. Yeah, most days. So weekend coming up. Wife's got loads of cakes. Again, she's doing the caking thing. I'm doing the gardening thing, and it's that time of the year when life gets busy, especially as a gardener, because we've just entered March. March is the season when I start sowing lots of seeds. I've got an issue with mice in the garden at the moment. I'm sure they're everywhere. There's an issue because I mean, I've got neighbours across the road who've got cats now who never have cats. There's a reason why people have got cats. Um, and you know, we had that issue with rats in underneath underneath our house. And they do seem to be everywhere. And both workplaces have had issues. And obviously put bait down. I mean, smell of nice food obviously draws them to workplaces, obviously. And, you know, they're out there in the open, aren't you? And you've got to try and control them. And nature is not taking care of it. The good thing at one of my workplaces, we've got an owl. So you can hear it doing its thing, you know. Can't remember what they're doing now. Is it toot toot? I can't remember. But yeah, nature needs to fight back and take out these horrible things. Actually, a woodpecker today as well. Yeah, I shouted at Woody, but he wasn't listening. And then he did that laugh. But yeah, no, it's not good out that way. Yeah, it's not even slightly a bit funny. But I've noticed this spring that the water levels are really high, even on the I call it a moat dike channel thing at the back of one of my workplaces. The water levels are really quite high, and I dug a big channel from that into the pond we've got at work, and it's filled the pond up lovely, and it's got rid of the stinky water as well, which is a blessing, because it was a bit stagnant. So just going to show you how already it's a different season to last year. Last year being very dry spring, going into summer really, really dry. And already this year you can see the emergence of greenery on fuchsias. And it's funny because there's an emergence of greenery on some plants, and yet the snowdrops are still flowering lovely. So it's not cold, not warm enough to knock off the snowdrops, and not cold enough to not have the new growth. I mean, this time last year, I think it was last year. It was May, nearly June before fuchsias really got going, and it was a strange old season. Some sort of seed in my pocket. I hope it's a seed. Mm. Yeah, some sort of seed. Just hope it is anyway. So, drinking out of a Castle Rock Brewery glass, Nottingham, you know, and I'm from Nottingham. Really enjoying these beers from Mucklebrewing. You may or may not have heard of them all around the country, but you know it's worth checking out new breweries. Look local. Look for Mucklebrewing on Facebook and you know, across social media. They're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I dare say they've got a website as well. And you know, supporting local breweries and small breweries is certainly as key in this day and age. I have heard though from several breweries at the moment that everything's on the up and up. Breweries are really, people are obviously thirsty. Breweries are really doing well, and that's great to see. And let's be fair, the breweries that have modernised themselves to do home deliveries, to put everything into bottles that they can, or cans if it's cans, and they're the ones doing well, bringing out new beers like everyone. You're a kid in a sweet shop. I'm a kid in a sweet shop. I see a new beer, I want to buy it. So that ability to buy lots of new beers is fantastic, and it's the way it should be. Obviously, I'm actually slowing my beer buying down at the moment because, in essence, I need to get drank what I've got and lower the amount, the sheer amount of beers I've got in a, you know, staggering amount. And I'm actually brewing as well, so I've got all my own brewing, which reminds me. I'll start bottling the Old Imperial Stout tomorrow, so there's a task. And that might be the task for tomorrow. Getting everything washed out, getting labels wrote out, because going to be doing lots of experimental bottling. So I've got my base Imperial Stout, which is, I think it's in over 11%. 11.7. I think it was supposed to be 13.3, but it didn't quite go all the way down, ferment out the sugars, but it's still pretty damn decent. So it's a good 11.7%, I think it was. And then in some I'm going to add different flavours, so maybe a caramel to one, essence, chocolate fudge brownie to another, and then different spirits, so about 5 or 6 different spirits. So I'm going to go and, you know, just going to leave them a month and just see what works and what doesn't, you know, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And, you know, like a lot of things in life, like all breweries, you brew a beer, sometimes your beers are well received, sometimes maybe they aren't, you know, you can't win them all, can you? And at the end of March, I'm looking to get 2 new kits. I'm very much looking forward to doing a white wine. So I need to pick a white wine I've not had before. And then also I'm looking forward to doing Love Brewing's barley wine, but this time not adding ginger to it. I'm just going to go for a plain. So I'm either going to do that or I'm going to skip the white wine and just go for and do a chocolate chili imperial stout. So I'm going to use Easter Brew, which is probably the best chocolate stout kit on the market, and use that and put chili in with it, chilies in, boil them up or whatever you do to put them in, and the brewing process. So give them a bit of a boil so it releases the flavours, and see where it goes. And ABV sugar as well, put a couple of kilos of sugar in just to bump the ABV up. I may even use muscovado sugar, you know, to get different stuff, and just see where it goes as a home brewer. You know, it's something that I want to do and I will do. And obviously one of these days I'm going to go out and get myself a partial grain brewing setup. So basically brew in a bag and see how things go from there. And obviously I'm thinking forward to my wedding vows next year. And I'm kind of thinking that I might put some of the Wraggys beers, Wraggys, i.e. my homebrew, brew some homebrew and keep, you know, take some of that and, you know, for free. So people can drink some of the Wraggys homebrew and see what they think. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? And I mean, I'm still hoping that some of the local breweries come to me and we do a collab. But, you know, it's all been a bit quiet on the local beer front at the moment. I've had no chatting to any single brewery in Nottingham, which is a bit downheartening. I mean, I suppose they're all busy doing what they're doing and getting ready for new beers and that. And I can understand that, you know. With COVID, it was a very tough year and a half. And, you know, in a lot of ways, I was the only one in Nottingham, in a lot of ways, promoting beers, you know. And now there's more of us doing beer reviews now. And I think it's great that so many people are doing beer reviews because we're all very different in our in the way we are. I mean, you can tell where people come from and their the words they speak and the way they speak, and yeah, we're all different. It's a good thing, you know. And then looking around the UK, you know, on the whole, there's some good lads, and not many ladies doing beer reviews though. I'd like to see more ladies doing beer reviews. I was hoping somebody who follows the channel, she was going to start doing beer reviews because she drinks some big beers. I'm talking about Ali, and I'm not, there's a thing about talking to a camera and doing beer reviews. It's very intimidating at first. But, you do it, you start off doing it, you might look an idiot, but who cares, I mean, let's be fair. The first beer reviews, no one's really watching them anyway. And then as you grow, you get more confidence anyway, and you don't give a monkeys, and that's the way it should be. And like all my beer reviews, I try to be positive. I try to be decent. I understand. Like Mucklebrewing, they're, in their own words, there's a small brewery based in Northumberland near Adrian's Wall, and there's no way I'm going to be an idiot to any brewery. I try not to be an idiot to no brewery. Whereas supermarket beers, where no one knows who's brewed them and they taste vile, then they're going to get panned. It's as simple as that. Because you're not doing the beer industry any favours by brewing stuff that's just not tasting nice. That's my thoughts on it anyway. So really liking this. Like I say, I get a faint tropical nose on this. We are talking modern traditional. And with modern traditional, whereas with craft beers, it's more in your face, the aromas and flavours. With traditional and modern traditional, it's more subtle, more in the background. It's actually a lot harder at times to pull out the flavours. The main thing you need to know about this beer, it's a lovely amber beer, white head, apps taste spot on. If you like your traditional beers but you want more flavour, absolutely hits the nail on the head, and that's how it should be. It's a slightly tropical tasting beer. There's hints of citrus in there as well, but slightly tropical tasting. Am I right? Am I wrong? I have no idea. And I'm not that much of a beer professor that I know what each hops brings to the party. I don't need to know. I'm not really interested, to be honest. I'm not a brewer, so I wouldn't know. Simple as that. But I like a good beer, and that's for me where I come from. But yeah, out of 5 for me, a good 4.2 out of 5, and another great beer from Mucklebrewing. Go and search them on the internet and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All breweries need our help. Cheers all. See you soon.